just want to have a quick word about Ethan Laird, who seems to be. He burst into the side when he joined and on loan. Clearly a talent. Clearly got loads of ability, and he seems to be getting better. Just talk to me about the improvements in Ethan and what that means to you as the manager to see that you're developing a player that's sent on loan.
Yeah, firstly, he's a great character. He has real enthusiasm, real positivity, always smiling, real energy, really good energy that he brings to the rest of the group. He's got real confidence in his ability as well, and I think we speak to his parent club quite a bit, to Les Parry, who's in charge of loans there, and we're really honest with each other about what Ethan needs to improve in his game, how we're going to try and help him moving forward, and how he can help us more. And he's got better and better every single game, and I've got no doubt by the end of the season he would have turned into quite an important player for us. He adds real power, real pace. He's getting defensively. He gives us a lot more responsibility now. He's really turning into someone we can really rely on, and he just gives us a real threat. And he's a real. He's really robust on the pitch. He's physical. He's aggressive. And he'll keep improving it. I think he's been surprised by the intensity of League One, the physicality of it. He's been used to playing under 23s football, where he can get away with probably being one of the most athletic players there. So he's with Ethan, it'll be about focus, it'll be about concentration, it'll be about bringing that intensity all the time. But we're really pleased to have him. And as with all the young guys, whether they're ours or whether they're someone else's, you just try and give them as much detail as possible in the best way that they can learn it as possible, and then hope it all clicks into gear. And it is with Ethan. So we're really lucky to have him. As I said, there was a lot of people interested, and he chose here, and we're really grateful to have him as well. And hopefully he's getting a lot out of the opportunity to play these games, and he's learning a lot, and hopefully he can keep improving.
And I guess the positives with someone like Ethan are, from your perspective, the success of a loan player, because you never fully know what a loan player is going to bring you. You can see, their ability and their quality. You never quite know how they're going to settle in. But when they do, and the parent club can see that development going forward for you, when you pick up phones to people to ask for loan players and to bring them to the club, they'll say, "Oh, Ethan Laird did well, so and so did well," and it improves your ability to attract loan players to MK Dons.
Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt about it. And if you're going to use the loan market, you want to be in there for the best ones, especially if they're younger guys coming from the top Premier League clubs. So I think the way we play helps that. I think the way we've got so many young players involved and playing and improving all the time. I think all of that hopefully works for us. And ideally, you don't want to rely heavily on the loan market, but when there's some young players who are not going to be at this level, or they're only going to be at this level once, or not for very long before they go back and do what they're going to do, which obviously the club's had huge success from over the years, then obviously you have to be really open to that and try and get the best ones, and hopefully the way that we play and the way that we do things stands us in good stead with a lot of the clubs.
And Andrew Surman as well, a player that you brought into the club, might not have worked out for you. You weren't to know, but he was clearly rusty when he came in, and he needed some matches. But starting to develop into a player that on Tuesday there were lots of players that really stood out. Ethan Laird bombing down the wing. Scott Fraser stands out in every game. Zach Jules was new, but Andrew Surman did that job that probably nobody really wants to do, but such an important job, and he's almost he's like a Rolls Royce in the middle of the park there.
Yeah, I thought he was our best player on Tuesday. I thought he was outstanding. He controlled the game, managed the players around him, dictated the tempo, gives players so much confidence because they trust him so much on the ball. I thought he'd done that just before he got injured as well in the Northampton game away in the cup. He's just a brilliant footballer, Sirs, and a brilliant character. He's always smiling, always positive, just really enjoying playing football again. And you know, he was rightly so. He was rusty after, you know, a year out of football, pretty much after such a long break. But yeah, he's come back and he's been great. He's been so good, and he's really give us. I look at Charlton and what he's played. He's put in some excellent performances already, and he's only going to get better and better as he gets fitter and stronger. But I think he really enjoys what we're doing. I think he really buys into the model of what we're trying to build. And he's someone who's still got a lot to offer, and he's someone who, you know, if he carries on doing what he's doing, I'd really like with us a bit longer than he's currently due to be. So I think he's got a lot to offer us on the pitch, and a lot to offer the young guys in how he goes about his day-to-day business, how he approaches training, the enthusiasm, the positivity, and also the willingness to learn and just take on detail. And that's what happens with the top players. You tell Andy something once, and he takes it. You don't need to tell him again. And he's a brilliant example to the younger players we have. And spoke about it a lot. You know, the cultural architects we need here to help build what we're doing. People who know what it looks like at the top level, know what good looks like, know how to be really professional, and have the mentality to perform regardless of any situation. And he's got all of that. So he's a really good example to the younger guys, and he's fitted in so well, which I knew he would. You're right. You never know how it's going to go on the pitch, how they're going to fit in. But having worked with him and played with him as a teammate, I knew exactly what he would bring around the place, and he's done that. Just a really, really brilliant character.
Finally, from me, you've obviously gone away to Rochdale. Do you remember when the side couldn't win away, but you went away to Rochdale and won comfortably? And now just that step up really with Hull, a side who are flying high at the top end of the table. And I'd imagine after Tuesday, everyone's just really looking forward to going up there.
Yeah, I think the last 3 games have given us the opportunity to go up there and really try and express ourselves, really try and impose our own game and try and enjoy it. I want the guys to enjoy these challenges. We actually performed really, really well against them here at our place. We conceded 2 early goals, but you know, it was a really good game after that, and I was really pleased with our performance on the day. And you know, I think all the pressure's on them really. With it, you're not trying any mind games or all that stuff, but they're fighting at the top of the league. They've had a tough run of games. They're a very, very good team, very strong team. But yeah, we can go there with. I don't think anyone expects us to go and get anything outside of here, as I said before. But if we are willing to work as hard as we have been the last few games, if we can bring the same level of performance and try and bring the same amount of control as we did on Tuesday night, then we go there really, really positive. And I think you're right, everyone's just looking forward to games now. There's a real belief growing with the group. They love playing together and fighting for each other, and we're going to need plenty of that tomorrow. So yeah, we'll go there as always, prepared, ready, and trying to impose our own game and trying to dictate what kind of game it is as much as possible.
Is it useful to be flying under the radar in that sort of respect? You know, you mentioned then, you know, teams might not potentially be looking at you as a threat, but as you say, Tuesday night, you know, it caused an awful lot of problems, but you know, flying under the radar is probably quite helpful for you for your team at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's just I guess for us it's just how we've been. Yeah, I think as I've said before, we're paying for a slow start to the season. So for us now, it's I think teams obviously, I think no. To be fair, whoever we play against, they do a lot of work on trying to stop us playing and get into some sort of flow. And every team does it in a different way. But yeah, I think it's good for the guys. I think, as I said all along, I'm not putting any expectation or pressure on them about league position and stuff like that. So they can just go there and try and concentrate on the detail of the game, what we've worked on, what the important parts are from what we've learned from the previous game, and just try and keep growing really, and try and keep improving. And ultimately, if we do that with what we've done recently, it will mean and we keep on picking up points and hopefully picking up a lot of points. And that's the aim for us. But yeah, there's no. I said this season about improvement. It's about progression. We're doing that. We're showing that, and we have to keep doing that. That is the only pressure I will put on them. We have to show that they are improving and taking on all the information and learning and willing to work and run hard for each other. And we'll see where that takes us. And if that means we go under the radar for the rest of the season and we're comfortable and we're ready, and we've improved on last season, I'll be happy with that.
It looked like on Tuesday night that every one of your strikers that was on the field at some stage was so desperate to score. I mean, that must fill you with delight knowing that all four of the guys that were up there were so desperate to get on the score sheet, not just to chip in, but to actually get a goal. Yeah,
it's nice, isn't it? You know, as well as that, they were desperate to run and press and get the ball back for the team. So yeah, I spoke about it on Tuesday night. The options we have now, they really excite us. With Griggy coming in, Charlie Brown getting better and better every game, Joe Mason looking back to the Joe Mason that we know he's capable of being, and obviously Cammy just doing what he does best, and been an unbelievable attitude since deadline day, and obviously what went on, bounced with 2 goals in 2 games. So yeah, really pleased with what we have, and I think they can be a real threat in this league, any combination of them really. So yeah, you're right. I think they all looked really threatening, really dangerous. They all had chances to score, apart from Charlie, who seems to come on and just set chances up at the moment. I really like a chance to fall to Charlie, and I think he's getting a bit frustrated that one hasn't. But yeah, really pleased with those guys, and they know now there's real competition, and that improves people's performance. You can see that they're all desperate to be on the pitch, and with that means they want to score and they want to stay in the team, which is how it needs to be.